The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
I want to apologize to Jim Benning. One day, okay? Not now, but one day, okay? It all makes sense. We'll talk about it on this episode of Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we back here at the Dontdoze Art Lab, doing our thing and looking after the West Coast, the best coast of Canada, okay? My name is Kyle Bowen. This right here is another episode of Locked On Canucks, the show that gives you your Canucks every day. And man, oh man, it's 4:20 p.m., and you know the deal, right? You know the deal. I'm high on the Vancouver Canucks. I want to talk about something, okay? I've been thinking a lot. And it's not hard to, okay? The Vancouver Canucks pick up a win last night, right? Game 3 win, up 2-1. We won that game with 12 shots on goal. It's remarkable. It's amazing. It's ironically a lot to take in because here's a playoff win that I'm kind of not completely satisfied about. That being said, I'm looking for all the real wins, right? All the details, all the positives. And it's funny to me that the one real big positive is the fact that it would be no other than JT Miller to produce 50% of those 12 shots for your Vancouver Canucks in a playoff game. That's bizarre. It's even more funny because out of those 12 shots, two of them were astonishing. They were beautiful. They were extraordinary, and they were all made because JT Miller is that guy for so many reasons. And I hope that doesn't get lost. AKA, I hope that game doesn't get lost. You know, we talk about the whole Ryan Kessler thing too, right? All the time with JT Miller. Done it a lot over the last week. I mean, you look at those first 30 minutes of JT Miller's game last night, and that was 10 out of 10. That was world class. And again, that was all over the place. So physical. Look at that hit in the first period, the very end of the first period. As Nick Bondi would say, that guy got deleted. Who was it? I don't know. Is he still with us? Dude, JT Miller laid the boom. Before that, on the power play, goes top shelf. What a shot. Remember I used the word extraordinary? The same guy who 10 minutes later lays the boom is that guy producing that shot. JT Miller, a hell of a hockey player. You fast forward to the second. Look at that no-look pass to Brock Boeser. Crazy. I think Irf was saying on Rink Wide, Patrick Mahomes like, what, JT Miller? Patrick Mahomes? I'm just saying he's amazing. He's really talented. Extraordinary. And then what, maybe 5 minutes later, he's out there defending Brock Boeser when Gustav Nyquist I was giving him the lumber, okay? Playoff hockey. JT Miller, man, what a guy. Again, in a 12-shot performance for your Vancouver Canucks in a playoff victory. JT Miller had 6 shots, 50% of the action, and so much of the amazing. And so much of our memories were produced last night because of that guy, number 9. And I said it off the top, right? One day I want to apologize to Jim Benning so badly, okay? That means the Vancouver Canucks, your Vancouver Canucks, with this roster, with this core, wins the Stanley Cup. How could I not? And no, it's not because he got lucky drafting Quinn Hughes. And no, it's not because someone made sure that Jim Benning wouldn't get his way when he wanted Cody Glass, right? Quote unquote. Quote unquote. It's not It's not because his ego wasn't too big and he went ahead and chose Elias Pettersson. No, it's because out of nowhere, this guy said JT Miller's the number one center. Look at the ammo they gave up to a team that needed cap. They needed cap, and that's not cap, okay? Look at the stats. Day 2 of the draft, Jim Benning trades a first-round pick in the future to Tampa Bay to help them out. What? What? That's what it seemed like. But maybe, just maybe, Tampa knew that they were giving up a gem. They didn't want to do it, but they had to do it. Once a 50, 60, 40-point guy has transformed into a 100-point machine at center. An outlier. Again, the extraordinary. What a player. But again, let's go back in time. Jim Benning just giving up the ammo. Making us go crazy. I remember I was with my mom watching draft 2, right? Draft day 2. The draft in Vancouver. Jim Benning making a splash after drafting Podkolzin. Are the numbers right there? I think I'm right? Does it add up? I may be off there, but I just remember being in the room when that trade happened and me just getting pissed off. And my mom understanding that, yeah, her 26-year-old son, 25-year-old son is still crazy about the Vancouver Canucks. Anyways, what a trade, okay? His grand slam, that's his. That's his. Yeah, JT Miller is ours, but Jim Benning made that JT Miller trade happen, right? When he didn't have to. But he knew it. You don't give up that much for a 40, 50, 60-point guy. He knew that JT Miller could be a catalyst. Quite frankly, a number one center any team in the NHL would love to have. What a different guy. What a difference maker. Thank you, Jim. One day, yo. I don't give up. Straight up. If the Canucks win the Stanley Cup with JT Miller being your team's number one center, the same team that has Elias Pettersson, if JT Miller's the number one center and your team wins the Stanley Cup, that guy has to get invited to the parade. Or a statue with the plaque that says, "Do you," and win championships, okay? Jim Benning, definitely a guy that painfully only did him. Anyways, if we're talking about thank you, Jim, thank you, Jim Rutherford, okay? What a wise guy. I put the points together, okay? This makes a lot of sense. Again, the last 12 months of Vancouver Canucks hockey, 13 Vancouver Canucks months of hockey, blah, blah, blah. He's seen a lot, right? And he's also made a lot of moves with Patrick Allvin. Well, let's be honest, a lot of draft picks going out for a team that has only been good for the past 6-7 months. Kind of unusual. Again, do the math. I think the number is like anywhere from like 8 to 12 draft picks. Again, it's 420. It's 420. But again, the math adds up. A lot of picks going out for a team that has never gotten the job done. Kind of unusual. That being said, maybe Jim Rutherford, Patrick Allvin understood. Yeah, there's a long way to go, but man, oh man, JT Miller at 31 may not always be this guy. And they knew he was that guy, right? That's why they gave him the super long-term contract. But again, any great hockey mind would know that you kind of have to lean into JT Miller's age and his production and just continually ask yourself the question, is he always going to be like this? And if it isn't certain, again, based on father time, you best lean into one of the extraordinary players in the league that can produce 100 points. Like, that sounds like specialty. That sounds like, yo, get the job done with him, because that's one of the pieces. How can it not be? Name me 2 more players in the league like JT Miller. He's unusual. Again, for the 5th time, extraordinary. What a special player. I think because they understand that JT Miller is that guy right now at his age, it was important for them to try things, right? And one of the things they tried was beefing up their blue line in November. Again, the team that was never good was good for 30 days. And they're like, you know what? Let's trade some more picks and get Nikita Zadorov. If the roster looked like Arizona's and the team had a fast start, I don't think Allvin and Rutherford are jumping to the phone to trade more picks to get Nikita Zadorov. Real talk. But because of some of the main characters on this team, you kind of have to do what Jim and Patrick and company have done. And again, they trade assets to get Nikita Zadorov. And not only is he a fan favorite, he has been our best defenseman in this series. A lightning rod. A guy that if he continues to just keep being noticeable for all the right reasons, is going to get his via, the universe. Straight up. In a way, he is a difference maker as well. Especially when a guy like Quinn Hughes, 5-on-5, shift in and shift out, hasn't really caught his stride completely, okay? A guy who's a target. A guy who's adapting to a lot. A guy who was spotted via Twitter, right? Via Jeff Patterson, talking to Adam Foote. And, we've been talking about this day in and day out here on Locked On. And we'll get to the comments very soon, okay? Shout out to everyone that's here. Again, one love to the Don't Doze Art Lab, one love to Locked On Canucks. We'll get to your comments soon. But man, oh man, I've been saying this a lot, right? Adam Foote is a big reason why the floor of the Vancouver Canucks has raised so much. The job that he's done with not only Quinn Hughes and Hronek, but the rest, right? Myers, Soucy, Ian Cole, Noah Juleson, Nikita Zadorov is special. Real special. And I was attaching a lot of the Canucks' success with Foote's relationship with the depth pieces on the defense. And now I'm looking at this picture of Adam Foote and Quinn Hughes having a long talk at practice. Man, oh man, what can Foote do for Quinn Hughes? Again, a lot of Stanley Cup pedigree. A Hall of Famer who played a lot with one of the best D-men of all time, right? Rob Blake? I was about to call him Rod Blake. Rob Blake. Remember that guy? Yo, Colorado was so good that I couldn't even hate them, okay? I played too many video games to understand how good and how remarkable those NHL players were on that team. Yo, Rob Blake was a beast. Adam Foote played a lot with him. And Adam Foote has the knowledge, man. Maybe he's telling Quinn Hughes that you need to step up. There's another level here. Embrace the pain. Don't wait to, gain experience via this year to take that next step, shift in and shift out. Don't do that. Let's learn right now. Because the Canucks' playoff success will be much more clear, especially in the current moment against the Nashville Predators, if a guy like Quinn Hughes is really on his game. There's a big reason why Quinn Hughes barely got hit in the regular season. A, because it was the regular season. The pace is different. A big part of the Canucks' success offensively, right? Their transition game is, Quinn Hughes playing a lot of minutes and moving the puck up. Right now, especially in Game 3, that was difficult. Really difficult. The timing just off on his illusion. Did I say that right? His deceptiveness. Did I say that right? The timing just off in his game. But probably just telling them, man, it's not going to change, bro. It's not going to change. It's going to continue to be very physical. Figure it out. Look at this, right? The Vancouver Canucks played the Nashville Predators last night. Got outshot 31-12, I think. And Roman Josi played 30 minutes. I think that's why, they persuaded the game so well in their favor. Okay, one of the best players in hockey played a lot, and he was playing pretty well. Quinn Hughes only cracking 19 minutes. I said it in the group chat, not the Discord. Join the Discord, link in the bio. But I did say in the group chat on WhatsApp going into the third period, and I think people were thinking I was negative, but man, oh man, I said that this team needs to play Nikita Zadorov more than they're playing Quinn Hughes in the third period. I seen it. This guy was getting pinned, shift in and shift out. And Zadorov wasn't, man. He was doing the pinning. What a guy. What a hero. He's looking like a hero and a villain. Looking like a real top 4 defenseman. I don't know if I want to replace a top 4 defenseman, okay? Anyways, let's get to the comments before I get out of here. Have to head to the Garden at around 6. Playing some music tonight. One love to the people of Vancouver. JS with the super chat, telling everyone that we should get a "Go Canucks Go" chant going. Is that in the group chat? Go Canucks Go, Go Canucks Go, Coconuts Go, Go Canucks Go, man. I definitely get that tattooed on my neck. Okay, if we win the Stanley Cup this year, what? Why not? Why not? Okay, how about Callum Sandu? The Canucks are going to take this series in 5 max. I like the spirit, man. Callum Sandu. Always high on life too, man. Full of that West Coast bias. Bob Bluger, okay? Blake and Foote both threw devastating butt checks. Butt checks, hip checks? Bro, that was the time, man. That's when I fell in love with hockey again. The Colorado Avalanche featured Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg, 2 of the top 5 players in my lifetime, okay? For real. That's just the truth. A team that always beat us in the beginning of my relationship with hockey, and that was also involved in the Todd Bertuzzi incident, but here I am not feeling any real hate for them. It's so confusing. So confusing. Because you would think that that type of stuff would cause real trauma that would, again, fuel hate, but they were such a big part of me appreciating the game of hockey. I think it's impossible to really hate them. What a team. How about GV, okay? All I want to know is who else pooped their pants in the last 3 minutes of that game. I didn't poop my pants. I haven't done that yet. I know I'm getting older. I know I'm balding, right? 30 and a half years old. I'm not back at the diaper stage of my life. But I was screaming. I was swearing. I also ditched my family in the viewing of Game 3. Okay, because I wanted just that. I wanted to scream. I wanted to swear. I wanted to let loose. It was a solo viewing party in my living room, and it was honestly the time of my life. The sun was shining, and there I was, not only stressed towards the game of hockey, but absolutely in love. Because, man, oh, man, your Canucks, they're writing a bit of a story here. 50-plus years, no cup, 50-plus years, 3 trips to the Final Four. You know how embarrassing that is? All in all, I quite frankly don't know how the Canucks are going to win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if it's ever going to come down to a science. I think it's going to have to come down to the universe and magic. And if you, look back at the last 7, 8 months, or, the last 14 months of success for your Vancouver Canucks, and you start looking at the main characters and the pivotal moments and all the adversity and questions, you just continue to see them conquering a challenge in a different way. Did I just mention that they won a playoff game with 12 shots with Casey DeSmith in that? Like, how? What? Are you serious? JT Miller with 6 of their 12 shots? Dude, where would the Canucks, where would they be without JT Miller? Considering, Elias Pettersson is climbing, right? Climbing from rock bottom. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Hey, he could have had 2 assists last night, okay? One step at a time. Callum Sandu, Trashville has loud fans, but no love. How about Callum Sandu again? The Zadorov hit on Yossi. And Miller's second BD period. I don't know what that means. Okay, can we talk about that Yossi hit? Zadorov giving him the business. That's the captain of the Nashville Predators, one of the best players in hockey, right? The same dude that Zadorov said is the best defenseman in hockey, and there's Zadorov timing him, okay? You know how hard that is for a D-man to do? To take that chance, to take that lunge at that place in the offensive zone, and with that much impact, with the defenseman walking the line, then going along the half boards. Yo, that was high IQ. In a way, again, that was world class for body checking in 2024. What a player, man. What a player. Filip Hronek, RFA. Nikita Zadorov, UFA. Zadorov, more points in his last 44 games, his last 45 games, including playoffs, than Filip Hronek. The Canucks need to sign both. That's just the truth. Unreal, man. Unreal. What a game. And I guess we should end on this note again, right? I got to go. Had to keep this episode short. It was nice talking to you. One love to JT Miller. And again, I want to one day forgive Jim Benning so badly. So badly. JT Miller, ours and his. That's the truth. Where am I going with this? Go Canucks go. Did I have something else to say? I zoned out. Again, 4:20 p.m. is when we started the show. My name's Kyle Bowen, KYLEBHAWAN. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. And let me know in the comments below. Would you rather the Vancouver Canucks sign Nikita Zadorov to a team-friendly deal or have $100,000 be put in your bank account tomorrow, okay? You're going to take the selfish route or the team route, okay? I want to know. Because, man, oh, man. This Zadorov contract is going to be sensational. A hell of a shot asking, what's my Discord? The link in the bio, okay? Only Canucks for only fans of the Vancouver Canucks. One love to the Dontdoze Art Lab and the Locked On Podcast Network. They're doing it, man. They're telling us it's your team every day. We're telling the people that it's your Canucks every day. That's what culture is all about. Again, my name's Kyle Bowen. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. I don't know when you're watching this or listening to this. I really don't, okay? We're worldwide and archived. But man, oh man, we appreciate it. Peace.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast.